Go. Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. This video, we're going to kind of go over some successful business leaders' stories and how listening to them can help you with your entrepreneurial future and some key takeaways you should take from them. So, Darsh, if you want to go over the agenda.
Yeah. So, in more specificity, we'll go over an introduction, our startup consultation service that we offer, stories of successful business leaders today, and some more tips about how they became successful and what you can implement from them as influence for your own business ventures. And so we'll be going through Mark Benioff, Jack Dorsey, Jay-Z, Mary Barra, and Indra Nooyi, all C-suites or someone that holds a business position or leadership position in their own company. Now we're going to be going through key takeaways from these people, and then at the end we're going to be talking about questions. And so in questions, you guys can just feel free to reach out to us through our website, risingcsuites.com, our email, risingcsuites@gmail.com. Leave a comment on the video, or just shoot us an email. Any sort of communication system works, and you guys can reach out to us regarding our startup consultation, which I'll be going over in the next slide.
All right, so kind of going into our startup consultation info. So another aspect of rising C-suites, other than the education aspect, is when we started our own ventures. For me, it was my home decor store. For Darsh, it was Young Champions, and a lot of other members on our team have had their first ventures. We all had a common issue of like finding people to ask for day-to-day advice. We all had some business knowledge, but when it came to like the small decisions every day, we're kind of clueless, and sometimes it cost us, and we were kind of stuck in a loop. So that's why we all came together to solve this problem. And so Rising C-Suites kind of is a team of people with a vast and diverse skill set, which is equipped to help you with all aspects of business. So I'm strong in finance. Darsh is strong in entrepreneurship and making core decisions. Um, Ongad is strong in web development. Harrison is strong in marketing. Daniel is strong in content development. And we have a bunch of other team members with a lot of different skills. So you get one-on-one coaching at our 8 to 10 webinar meetings on Tuesday and Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. PST. So kind of how it works is you fill out the form in the QR code attached, and you we kind of collaborate together. Can you say like, can I meet on this webinar day with OnGod to work on my website? Can I meet on this day with RF to work on my finances? Kind of like that. So you just have a team to reach out to at all times. And it is a paid service, but for now, for our first couple businesses, we have been offering this as free, and it is helping a lot of our companies. They say our service is undervalued. So definitely take advantage of it, because if you're planning on starting a business, why not have a free team of advice to reach out to whenever you need? So fill out the form. And additionally, outside of webinar meetings, you can just email us whenever you want. So you kind of always have us on deck, ready to go.
And so let's get into our first person today. So I want to talk about Mark Benioff. And a quote from him is that you must always be able to predict what's next and then have the flexibility to evolve. And so, kind of what reflects that for him is like he's an American internet entrepreneur and philanthropist, right? And he's a co-founder, chairman, and CEO of Salesforce and owner of Time Magazine. And so, if you look at his quote, when he talks about how you want to have the flexibility to evolve, you cannot always stay the same in how you are, right? So I know when 2 years, 3 years ago, when I first started Young Champions, I was a completely different business owner than I am now, right? Because when I first started it, I've evolved in the things I've learned, the things I've experienced. And so with those experiences, and the things I've learned, I've started to implement them. And this is how we created Rising C-Suites. I'm writing my book, which I'll talk about in the next few slides. But as you evolve, you start to learn new skills and start to develop on them. And that's kind of something you want to take in with you in the next stages of your life, right? And so raised in a Jewish family in the San Francisco Bay Area, and he graduated from USC. And so Benioff started his career by selling his first software application in high school and interning as a programmer at Apple. And that kind of should be like something that should inspire you guys, because in high school he sold his first software application. So the earlier you start is always the better. And so he worked at Oracle for 13 years in various roles before founding Salesforce in 1999. And so he serves on the board of trustees for the World Economic Forum and USC. And he started Time Ventures, a venture capital fund, in 2019. He became the COO and the CEO became the co-CEO of Salesforce in 2021. And today he has an estimated net worth of $8.31 billion, according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index.
All right, so next up we have Jack Dorsey, who you may know as the CEO of the payment company Block, which is previously Square, and he was the CEO of Twitter from 2015 to November 21, and then stepped down from the board in May 2022. His quote was, "Success is never accidental." So in April 2020, he pledged to donate 1 billion, in which is 28% of his network at the time, to COVID-19 and relief and other causes through gifts and of his Square stock. So going off of this, a common theme you see in a lot of successful leaders is they always give back to people and they take their resources to help other people out. And I think as a leader, you should definitely have that skill because helping other people out is really important, whether it be for managing the team or reaching back to your community, as it gives you the potential to inspire others to reach new heights beyond you and forward the business world. So Dorsey co-founded Square with Jim McKelvey in 2009 and took it public in 2015. And before entering tech, Dorsey was a certified masseur and had an interest in fashion design. So it kind of shows you like life is really unpredictable, right? He was a masseur, and from that he became a multi-billionaire. So don't think that later in your life, if you're in the position you are now, let's say you didn't pay attention in school or you life was tough, and you can come from anywhere and you can reach any success. So don't feel like because of the situation you're in, it can be hard for you to achieve great things. In 2016, Dorsey gave nearly one third of his Twitter share to employees. And that just goes to show you again, giving back to other people and giving back to his team. It obviously helped because Twitter's still running and running strong as one of the most prominent social media platforms.
Thank you, Arav. I want to talk about Jay-Z. I mean, it's a household name today. And so his quote, "Don't ever go with the flow, be the flow." I mean, that's that goes without saying. I mean, you want to go with the flow. You don't ever want to be the flow. You want to go with the flow, right? And so, oh wait, don't ever go with the flow, be the flow. So what he means by this is, let's say you're a surfer on the ocean. You don't go with the flow, you be the flow. You are your own man. And so Jay-Z is a renowned American rapper, record producer, and entrepreneur. And so he's regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time and is a CEO of Def Jam Recordings. Now, Jay-Z has played a central role in the success of artists such as Kanye, Rihanna, and J. Cole, and he co-founded Rockefeller Records in 1995 and has released 13 studio albums, including The Blueprint, The Black Album, American Gangster, and 444. And so Jay-Z is the first hip-hop billionaire and has built a successful conglomerate talent and entertainment agency, Roc Nation. He's a founder of clothing retailer Rockaware, luxury sports bar chain 4040 Club, and Tidal Media streaming service. And so he's won 24 Grammy Awards and is considered one of the 100 greatest artists of all time by Billboard and Rolling Stone. And he's a recipient of the NAACP's President's Award, a Primetime Emmy Award, and a Sports Emmy Award. Jay-Z was named one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time in 2013.
Yeah, so kind of going back to what Darsh said about Jay-Z, you can see his talent was in rapping, right? But he still took on the entrepreneurial leap and he created success with his name and he used his brand to create successful businesses like Roc Nation and Tidal, which is a streaming service you can use today. And it just goes to show that again, even if you have passions in a different area, you can use your skills to become an entrepreneurial leader. So next is Mary Barra. So she is an American businesswoman and CEO of General Motors. And her quote is, "If you do every job like you're going to do it for the rest of your life, that is when you get noticed." She was born in December 24th, 1961 in Royal Oak, Michigan, and is the first female CEO of a big three automaker. She graduated from General Motors Institute, which is now Kettering University, with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and she got her MBA from the Stanford Graduate School of Business. She started working for General Motors as a co-op student in 1890 and climbed up the corporate ladder. And she held various engineering and administrative positions at GM. She became the CEO of GM in January 2014 and was the first year as a CEO. She saw 84 safety recalls and Senate testimony. She focused on GM moving into driverless and electric power cars and was the highest paid Detroit 3 executive in 2017 with 21.96 million in remuneration. So priorities as CEO include accelerating EV plans and offering only EVs by 2035. One thing I like about Mary Barra is that she thinks ahead. She has plans for where she wants to go with her company, and she started just as a student, and she climbed the corporate ladder to becoming the CEO.
And one thing I want to add to that is her quote where she says, "If you do every job like you're gonna do it for the rest of your life, that's when you get noticed." I think that's really essential because today when people get jobs, they're like, okay, they only think about their future, right? They're like, okay, the next step is this, the next step is this. If you do what you're doing at that time and you're 100% and you put 100% into it, that's when you're gonna start to get noticed because people want discipline in you and people want to be able to confide in you and people want to like rely on you, right? And so when you're doing something for the rest of your life or like you act like you're doing something for the rest of your life, people are gonna rely on you and that's when you're gonna start to get noticed. And so getting into our next person and our final person, I'm pretty sure, Indra Nui, her quote is that the most difficult thing in any business is not what you do, but what you don't do. And so Indra Nui is an Indian American business executive and former CEO and chairperson of PepsiCo. She's been consistently ranked among the world's 100 most powerful women, and Nui serves on the boards of Amazon and the International Cricket Council. She was born in Madras, India, and received a bachelor's degree in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and a postgraduate degree from Indian Institute of Management, Kolkata. She also has a master's degree from Yale School of Management. And so Nui started her career in India and held product manager positions at Johnson& Johnson and Beardsell Ltd. She also worked at Boston Consulting Group, Motorola, and Asia Brown Boveri before joining PepsiCo in 1994. And so Nui became a CEO of PepsiCo in 2006 and served as CEO for 12 years. She's credited with the strategic redirection of PepsiCo, called Performance with a Purpose, which involved creating long-term growth while having a positive impact on society and the environment. And so she reclassified PepsiCo's products into three categories and moved corporate spending into healthier alternatives. She also focused on environmental concerns and sustainability. And so one thing I really liked about Indra Nui is that she focused on having a positive impact on society and the environment, right? And lots of business owners, they're very selfish. I know like the corporate world has like a negative connotation today because when we hear about corporate worlds, we think about like businesses that exploit underdeveloped areas. Maybe they set up sweatshops and places. They're like not very sustainable, not very environmentally friendly. And so what Indra Nui focuses on is having a positive impact on society and the environment, which is something I think we can all take inspiration from.
All right, so hopefully those stories helped resonate with you, some core parts, and help you understand what a leader should do. So some key takeaways is determination and persistence are key to success. You should have a clear vision and stick to it, and embrace failure and learn from it. You should build a strong network of relationships and continuously innovate and adapt to change, and invest in personal and professional growth. Lead by example and inspire others. Like we saw with Jay-Z and Indra Nooyi, they did something that not every citizen does. And I think that's very important for all leaders. They question the status quo. Focus on creating value for customers and stakeholders and build a strong team and delegate effectively. Balance work and life to maintain a healthy lifestyle because being stressed and being focused on too many other things can stop you from losing the top of your game and be at your max effort at all times.
And so, if you want to learn more, you can read my book, which I'm currently writing, The World of Possibilities. It's going to be published in, I would say, like the next month or two. And so, what it is, it's a guide to entrepreneurship for teenagers. And so, I do have lots of similar entrepreneurs who may be less known, but have like a very similar story in that they came from like a rags to riches sort of thing, right? Where like exactly how they built their business from the ground up. And if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you're trying to learn the exact essentials to starting a business, or if you want to learn more about financial tips, feel free to check my book out, The World of Possibilities. And three YouTube channels that I recommend. First off, I want to talk about Rising C-Suites. So we are going to start pushing out lots of more YouTube videos. They're probably going to be shorter because we want to make them concise, right to the point. So you guys have to watch them once and you'll understand exactly what you need to know. Um, we also recommend Business Insider and Shark Tank. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all heard of Shark Tank, but Shark Tank is really good, right? Because what it shows is like real world investors and real world companies pitching their idea to investors. And so if you have a company, you want to see exactly how other companies do it and how they pitch themselves to investors, Shark Tank is a great way for you to watch that. And for Business Insider, it's a very essential source, which I love watching, and I'm pretty sure Ara loves it too. And so watching all these three YouTube channels completely for free along with my book will really help you in your business journey.
All right, thank you guys so much. Again, ask us any questions on our Instagram, Rising C Suites LLC. Uh, it can be about this, about any other videos we have, or about our startup consultation service we offer. Make sure to reach out on risingcsuites@gmail.com as well, and check the website risingcsuites.com for more information. And thank you guys so much, and have a great day.